Good morning, students. In this session, I'm going to teach about vaccination and immunization. So, what is meant by vaccination, or what is the difference between vaccination and immunization? So, what is the principle of this vaccination? Property of memory of the immune system. So, before we learned what is meant by this memory, so any antigen will enter into the body. First, body will respond. It's a primary response. Again, the same pathogen will enter the body. It will produce antibodies with a high intensity. So, with the because of the memory of the first incident, so that is called memory of the immune system. Property of memory of the immune system. What is meant by vaccination? Antigenic proteins of the pathogen or activated or weakened pathogen are introduced into the body. That is called vaccine. So vaccine means nothing but they are introducing the pathogen or bacteria or virus, but it will be very weak or activated. That is known as vaccine. Very mild dose they are injecting into the body. The antibodies produced in the body against these antigens would neutralize the pathogenic agents during actual infection. So what will happen? We are injecting the antigen or pathogen, so automatic body will start to produce antibodies. Okay. So these antibodies, what will do? They will neutralize the pathogenic agent. Then vaccines also generate memory, B and T cells that recognize the pathogen quickly on subsequent exposure and overwhelm the invaders with a massive production of antibodies. So these B cells and T cells, they are the lymphocytes. In the previous session, we studied lymphocyte or WBC, which contains B cells and T cells. B cells which produce the antibodies, T cells which helps the B cell to produce antibodies, and also it will produce cytokines. The last session we studied. So these cells, what they will do? B and T cells recognize the pathogen quickly on subsequent exposure and overwhelm the invaders with massive production of antibodies. Then they will start to produce antibodies. Recombinant DNA technology, antigenic polypeptides of pathogens are produced in bacteria or yeast. This advanced technology, that is called recombinant DNA technology, what we are producing, antigenic polypeptides of pathogens are produced in bacteria or in yeast. Then vaccines produced using this approach allow large scale production and hence greater availability for immunization. Example, hepatitis B vaccine produced from yeast. So based on this recombinant DNA technology, we are producing all these antibodies in the body of other organisms, okay, maybe bacteria or yeast. So these vaccines produced using this approach allow large scale production and hence greater availability for immunization, because many people has to take the vaccination. Example, hepatitis B vaccine, it produced from yeast. Okay. Then immunization. What is meant by immunization? Immunization is a process whereby a person is made immune or resistant to an infectious disease, typically by the administration of a vaccine. So vaccination means injecting the pathogen or mild dose of bacteria or virus, that is called vaccination. Immunization means the body start to produce the antibodies to kill that pathogen, that is known as immunization. It is a process whereby a person is made immune or resistant to an infectious disease, typically by the administration of a vaccine. Vaccines stimulate the body's own immune system to protect the person against subsequent infection or disease. Okay. So whenever any bacteria or virus enter into the body, we will get infections or we will get a disease. Automatic body, our immune system will start to produce antibodies to kill this bacteria or virus or pathogen, that is known as immunization. There are two types. One is called active immunization. Second one is called passive immunization. So active immunization means it's a slow immune process infected from mild dosage of dead or pre-treated live microbe. Okay, it's very slow immune process. Active, it means the body is producing the antibodies. It is a little slow process, slow immune process infected from mild dosage of dead or pre-treated live microbe. Okay, so because of the vaccination, they are injecting dead or pre-treated little microbes into the body. Body started to produce antibodies. That is, it is but a little slow process. That is active immunization. Example: measles, mumps, rubella, etc. Passive immunization, just opposite. They are quick immune response. It's very fast. Why it is very fast? Direct injection of pre-formed antibodies. We are directly injecting the antibodies. Example: tetanus. Clear? So directly injecting the antibodies into the body. Example: tetanus. Or antitoxin. Antitoxin means a preparation containing antibodies to the toxin. A preparation containing antibodies to the toxin. Example: snake bites, that is antitoxin. Snake bites, the injection which is given to the patients containing preformed antibodies against the snake venom. That is known as passive immunization. Clear? For snake bite and all, direct we are giving the antibodies. So it is a quick immune response. It will be very fast response. That is called passive immunization. So here you can see there are some allergies. What are the causes and symptoms? You can see eczema here. Then here you can see the allergies in the hand. Then vomiting. Then asthma. It is also an allergy condition. Then insect stings and bites. Mosquitoes, all these. Pollens. That is also causing allergic for some people. Then milk and egg cause some people, they will have the allergy condition with this. If they are eating milk and egg, they will get some allergy conditions. Okay, house dust mites. All these are causing allergies. Then what is meant by this allergy? It is hypersensitivity disorder of immune system in which exaggerated response of the immune takes place to certain antigens present in the environment. So what is meant by allergy? Allergy is hypersensitivity disorder of immune system. It's very hypersensitivity disorder of immune system in which exaggerated response of the immune takes place to certain antigens present in the environment. So which are the certain antigens present in the environment? Let us see. Substance which induce allergy, they are called allergens. Mites, indust, pollens, animal dander, all these. Okay. So substance which induce allergy, they are known as allergens. Antibodies produced here, IgE type antibody is produced. What are the symptoms of these allergies? Symptoms are sneezing, watery eyes, running nose, difficulty in breathing. All these are the symptoms. Sneezing, watery eyes, running nose, difficulty in breathing. What are the reasons for this allergy? Release of chemicals like histamine and serotonin from the mast cells. Mast cells means it is a type of cells in a connective tissue. Okay, it's this type of mast cells, cells present in connective tissue. So what is the reason for this allergy? The body will release some chemicals. What is the release of chemicals like histamine and serotonin from the mast cells? Diagnosis: injecting small dosage of possible allergens and reactions are observed. You could have seen that before any surgery, the doctors or nurses, they will give injection. They will on the hand, in the hand they will give some allergic test. Okay, so injecting small dosage of possible allergens and reactions are observed. If there is any reactions or any itching or anything is coming, they will be observing. Drugs, antihistamine, adrenaline, and steroids quickly reduce the symptoms of allergy. So, what are the medicines for this allergy to reduce the symptoms of allergy? One is drugs, antihistamine, adrenaline, and steroids. They quickly reduce symptoms of allergy. Then, protected environment, lowered immunity, thus more and more people are now sensitive to allergens. So the people those who are having very less immunity, especially they are more sensitive to these allergens. Clear? So more immunity if you have, you will not show that much allergy for any allergens. But if the immunity level is very less, you will be showing more sensitive to allergens. Autoimmunity. What is meant by auto? Auto means self. Autoimmunity. Autoimmunity is the failure of an organism in recognizing its own constituent parts as self, thus leading to an immune response against its own cells and tissues. So autoimmunity means this immune system, they fail, in which case there is a failure of an organism in recognizing its own cell There are whatever is entered, any pathogen is entering, foreign substance entering from outside, our body has to kill. But there are, in our body, there are many cells our body should not kill. So here, autoimmunity is failure of an organism in recognizing its own constituent parts, a self, thus leading to an immune response against its own cells and tissues. Then what will happen? It lead to an immune response against its own cells and tissues. It will start to kill its own cells and tissues. Higher vertebrates evolved and developed its ability to differentiate foreign substances, example, pathogens or molecules from cells. So usually in higher vertebrates, they can identify, okay, whatever foreign substance is coming from outside or any pathogen or molecule from outside, they can easily differentiate which came from outside, which our body don't want, which body needs. But sometimes due to genetic or other unknown reasons, body attacks self cells, that is called autoimmune disease. Sometimes what will happen due to genetic or other unknown reasons, genetic reasons or other unknown reasons, what will happen? Body attacks self cells, that is called autoimmune disease. Clear? Example, rheumatoid arthritis. This is example rheumatoid arthritis. It is an autoimmune disease. You can see here the stages of rheumatoid arthritis: early rheumatoid, intermediate rheumatoid, and late rheumatoid. You can see in the pictures how the hand or fingers looks. So it is a autoimmune disease. Okay, it is why it is. What are the reasons? Due to some genetic or other unknown reasons, body attack self cells. Okay, so that is called autoimmune disease. Immune system in body is a system of biological structures and processes within an organism which protects organism against any disease and also helps to identify self from non-self and remembers them. That is called immune system. So each organism has its own immune system to protect against diseases and also helps to identify self from non-self and remembers them. Structures associated with immune system. What are the structures associated with immune system? Lymphoid organs, tissues and cells, antibodies, soluble molecule. Three things. Lymphoid organs, tissue, cells and tissues, antibodies. They are soluble molecules. Unique acid recognizes foreign antigens, responds to these and remembers them. These unique acid recognizes foreign antigens outside, whichever is entering from outside, that is foreign antigens, responds to these and the body will start to produce antibodies and remembers them. That is called memory. Functions of this immune system. What are the functions of immune system? Important role in allergic reactions, autoimmune diseases, and organ transplantation. Okay. So what are the functions of immune system? Important role in allergic reactions, autoimmune diseases, and organ transplantation. Lymphoid organs. There are two types of lymphoid organs actually. What is meant by lymphoid organ? Organs, their origin and or maturation and proliferation. Proliferation means multiply the number or increase in number, rapidly increase in number. Proliferation of lymphocytes occur lymphoid organs. Okay. So lymphocytes means WBC. Lymphocytes WBC, it contains B cells and T cells. Their origin, from where it originate, their origin, maturation and increase in number. Everything is occurring lymphoid organs. So there are two types of lymphoid organs. One is primary lymphoid organ, secondary lymphoid organ. Primary and secondary lymphoid organs. What are the difference between these two? Primary lymphoid organ means origin, maturation, proliferation of immune cells, mainly from bone marrow and thymus. You know, bone which contains bone marrow. From the bone marrow can produce all the blood cells, RBC, WBC, platelets. So mainly from bone marrow and thymus gland. Second point is during proliferation and maturation, means increase in number and maturation, immature lymphocytes differentiate into antigen sensitive lymphocytes, and after maturation the lymphocytes migrate to secondary lymphoid organs. So what is happening? Immature lymphocytes or WBC differentiate into antigen sensitive lymphocytes, and after that it will get matured. After maturation the lymphocytes migrate to secondary lymphoid organs. So what is secondary lymphoid organs? It provides the sites for interaction of lymphocytes with the antigen. So they provide the site or place for interaction of lymphocytes with the antigen, and then lymphocytes proliferate to become effector cells. Then number will increase to become effector cells. So which are the secondary lymphoid organs? Spleen, lymph nodes, tonsils, pairs, patches of small intestine, and appendix. These are the secondary lymphoid organs. So what is happening? After maturation, these lymphoid cells, they will be going to these organs, and here they will be killing, they will kill other antigens. Clear? So there is a site for interaction of lymphocytes with the antigens, and then lymphocytes proliferate to become effector cells. Spleen, lymph nodes, tonsils, pairs, patches of small intestine, and appendix. You can see here all the lymphatic organ. Tonsil is here, thymus gland, lymph nodes, lymphatic vessels, spleen, pair patches in small intestine, appendix. What is appendix? It's in the beginning of the large intestine. Appendix, bone marrow, bone which contains bone marrow. These are the lymphatic organs. Clear? What are the functions of lymphoid organs? Primary lymphoid organs, bone marrow and thymus, they provide microenvironment for development and maturation of T lymphocytes. So we told there is a primary and secondary lymphoid organs. Primary lymphoid organs, bone marrow and thymus, what it will do, it provide microenvironments for development and maturation of T lymphocytes. Second, bone marrow, main lymphoid organ where all blood cells including lymphocytes are produced. From the bone marrow, all blood cells, RBC, WBC platelets, all blood cells including lymphocytes, they are produced. Then next, thymus. Just now I showed thymus. Is a lobed organ located near the heart and beneath the breastbone, large at the time of birth, but it keeps reducing in size with age, and by the time of puberty is attained, it reduces to a very small size. Okay, so beginning it will be large size, but what is happening? Large at the time of birth, but it keeps reducing in size with age, and by the time of puberty is attached, it reduced to a very small size. Okay, it is a thymus is a lobed organ located near the heart and beneath the breastbone. The next is spleen. It's a secondary lymphoid organ. It's a bean shape, contain lymphocytes and phagocytes. Act as a filter of the blood by trapping blood-borne microorganisms. Okay, it is filtering all the blood-borne microorganisms. Spleen also has a large reservoir of erythrocytes. Erythrocytes means RBC. It has large reservoir of erythrocytes. Then what are the function of the lymph nodes? It is a secondary lymphoid organ. Lymph nodes, small solid structures located at different points along the lymphatic system, trap the microorganisms or antigens which enters lymph and tissue fluid and activates lymphocytes, causing immune response. The last one is lymphoid tissues. Lines at the major tracts like respiratory, digestive, and urogenital tracts called mucosal associated lymphoid tissue, or MALT. That is a short for MALT, mucosal associated lymphoid tissue, and are 50% of the lymphoid tissue in human body. Thank you, students.